may find the following footage deeply disturbing. Lock and load, bitches.
Welcome to the show, damn it. I told you I was going to build one. We're going to play this again because we're going to show this to John while he builds a little, his little,
We need a Glock at the. You need a Glock at the end where you jam the hammer back.
Yeah, man, you gotta the click.
Lock and load, bitches.
Make it dirty, you know. Like.
So I'm already halfway into this cup down tonight. So good luck.
Ooh.
I've been drinking and listening on eBay. So I hope I didn't screw this up.
Hey, what's on second?
Who's on first?
And if I know.
I don't know who's on
That's
third.
the real question is who's on first, right?
They don't have third base in football. Who knows what the hell that is?
No, we're talking about the first baseman, right?
I don't know. That's what they're talking about.
Who, right? First
I
base.
watch college football. I don't have time for anything else. So, good morning, or good evening, whatever the hell this is, Rhonda. Amazon Seller 99. One day you're gonna tell us, at least tell us what to call you, so I don't have to keep saying Amazon Seller 99.
Right?
Make up a nickname.
Yeah.
99. Phil, what's up, dude? Flip it good, Miss Chastity. Oklahoma's thrashing the little. Yeah, I'm just glad to see Alabama back. A new coach. We're 30-point favorites against Western Kentucky tomorrow. I just want to see the defense operate. Mike, what's up? What's up, Super Picker? It's yeah, college football.
What the hell is that?
Jake's picture, man.
I think I made one too. Didn't I make one too? Let's see.
No. Oh, yeah. The logo.
What happens if I go?
Nothing.
We have just
You have to
down
go-
the circle. Yeah.
You have to hit the little three dots and save.
Yeah, I ain't got time for all that.
Yeah, we know. Hey, John, what's up? What's up, Spam? How are you? And your significant other he was very entertaining today while I shipped. I tell Primo I appreciated that. You know, John runs the second camera. He shows Jenna. Primo runs a second camera. He shows his bacon cooking on the desk. They are not the same. So the title of the show is "Do you take any holidays off?" I put eBay, but from reselling in general, is there anybody other than Jacob? Because I know he's about to take most of September off. I think September 6th he is leaving.
I don't take vacations.
Yeah.
The bacon that was
Just go on a cruise about.
Don't be jealous, bitch.
yes, the Crown Royal was it's caramel Crown Royal, whatever they call that. And then I didn't have enough to fill it out, so I drank the end of this.
Ooh.
Johnny told me I had to save the bottle, I think.
Mix some drinks.
Roger, how's it going, man? So I'm not planning on taking much time off. Maybe a few minutes on Sunday. But just trying to get in a groove. I finally come to the realization that I can't keep moving the stuff around in here. Shuffling around is going to do me no good. It needs to be listed. So I am on a 40 to 50 item a day listing spree to list this building. I think I've got like 8 more today, and I've hit my 50.
So you're tired of picking things up and putting them down?
You see what I'm putting down? You see what I'm putting down?
I see what you're putting down there.
Yeah, don't listen. Don't look back. Look forward.
Whatever that is.
That's Camilla's that's the tagline for the Democrats.
I'm doing my best not to watch any of that stuff. Because
it does nothing for your mental health.
No.
can't attack the future when I am when I'm being bound by what's in the past. Yeah, 99. Labor Day does mean you work twice as hard. So Phil studied called 18 rolls of Bermuda hay. Nice job, man. Hope somebody else brought hay for you, and you didn't have to go out there and work like a. If it's hot here, I know Houston is hot as hell, but it's still working on what processes look like. So, I hear John's, whether he wants to admit it or not, even though, we took different paths, and, I'm even changing paths now. And I'm pushing back more to eBay and Amazon over the next probably few years. I still hear the processes and still trying to change. Like I changed this week, John. So the thoughts going through my head. How many times can I touch this? What's the most efficient way to do this? Because I'm shorting bins again. I'm like, if I put them back in a bin, in 6 months, I'm going to be going through this bin again. I should be, if I'm looking it up to see if it's worth keeping, I should be listing it right there. And so the easiest way to do that is start a draft. Start a draft, put the information in, take the extra 20 seconds it takes to throw condition, throw a quick description about it, set my price, and set the shipping and the promotions. So then all I have to do is add pictures and hit nothing else. Add pictures, go to the bottom, hit list.
Yep.
It's
the best way to do it.
And but you've got to also, I think in the process, the procedures for your business, the biggest thing you've got to know is you've got to know yourself and your tendencies in order to be more effective. Because I know that, tomorrow night at 6:00, Alabama will be playing football. I'm done. So I need to get done early. But there's also Sunday afternoons where I'll watch NFL and kind of waste part of a Sunday. But if I had pictures of my phone, I'd list the other way. I'd build the listing from the picture.
Yeah.
And so same thing with Joni. Joni's got 2 doctor's appointments on Tuesday, 1 on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday. Next week's just a lot of fun for doctors. I've got to take her to every one of them. And so I got to make sure that I've got stuff on my phone so because I don't want to lose that time. I want to be able to take care of her loveliness, but also take care of the business so I don't lose. Because she's going to say, take me to lunch, and she's going to say, do this. And that's what we're going to do. But it's very nice if you've taken advantage of, you've thought your way through processes to make it where you can be much more effective in the time you have.
Let me talk about my new process, and this may help you.
All right.
If I have a project that I can do in under 5 minutes, I just go ahead and do it.
Right.
If it takes more than 5 minutes, I write myself an email. In the subject line at the end, I put project. I then put a label on it, project, and I send it to myself. I take it out of my inbox and it goes over to the right-hand side. I got my email set up so that my right-hand side shows all my project emails. When I send out an email to somebody to get something done, I no longer have to worry about remembering to check on somebody or remember. I'm finding that by doing that has cleared it up. I'm not using ClickUp. I'm not using Trello board. I'm not using this. I'm using something everybody uses all the time. When I need to send an email and get information from somebody, I can loop them in and then loop them right back out of that email, and it stays in my project board. It's a game changer for me because I know I now can look at my projects on Friday and know who's doing what, where, and when. And if it's done or not, and if I think I should have heard back, I can ask them, did you do this or that? You have to. You can't take somebody else's processes and just duplicate them. You have to take the information and apply it to yourself. You may not need a project board. You may just need an email.
Right.
I did 5 images and shoot an email, and then when you're sitting your ass on the sofa and you're scrolling through and you see your email and you go, oh wait, you open up, you get all of a sudden you remember that you got those pictures. You could just start listing them while you're watching Alabama lose.
Ooh. Whoa. Ouch.
Right.
Look at the look up there.
So, I think what you said is vitally important. I like the way you think through it. So I've been doing something similar to that, but because my mission, I guess about 6 or 8 months ago, I decided, you know what, I'm carrying this iPhone, and I've got this. Almost every computer I use is Apple. Everything's Apple, and so the strength of that system is all the things do the same. So if I put a reminder on my phone, it reminds me on the computer. It reminds me on the iPad. It reminds me on the second phone. I have access to all that information. So they have a reminders function. So I can go in there and I have a list of things that I need to do today, things that I need to. I assign it a time for when it's due. And so in the morning when I wake up, I look at the tab for today. So all those things that I did push off, I know, hey, wait a minute, it's coming due today. And there's a core group of things I want to accomplish every day. And so they have to be checked off every single day because every day it's going to add those right back.
Do you have a calendar?
I don't use a calendar.
Okay. There's a great use for a calendar. Put your weekly task in a calendar. Set a reminder to 10 minutes before that shows up on your calendar. For example, I do PPC every Monday morning at 9 o'clock. So my calendar has, and I don't use a calendar.
I think reminders, John, does the same thing. So,
and you said it that it's every Monday morning at 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
There's my daily task. It adds everything to it.
I think it ties to your calendar, no?
It must.
Yeah, it's the way.
I think with Apple, like it already, like you create that and it already ties it to your calendar. So if you wanted to go back and look at your calendar,
and I build a widget, John, on the phones on the second screen. So, like I've listed $750 in eBay today. It's done. So when I hit it, it goes away. It comes back tomorrow.
Yep, that's what I have on my calendar, and I have it for every employee on my calendar. Like all the tasks that I want done in my business, and it's just to show me that this is getting done in the business day after day. Even though I'm not doing it, by seeing it on my calendar, I know it gets done.
So Amazon 99 says that Microsoft Teams will do a lot of that. See, I don't think it matters what service or what you need. It's just as long as you're getting the results of something to keep it. Because I needed so I used to make a lot of lists, John. I'd have a yellow notebook, legal pad, and I write down everything, and then I continue crossing off, and that function is very similar. So if it's in your phone, something you've always got with you.
I do immediates with Post-its, and then I throw them away when I'm done.
I lose Post-its, and I have Post-its everywhere, and I look at it and think, what the hell does that mean? But in the phone, you can do a little more detail. And that they've really made it, John, the reminder on this phone nice, where you can attach pictures, you can link it to calendars, you can do all that crazy stuff.
I'm just finding by being a little more organized, whether it gets done or not,
right?
I know that it should be done today. I don't always get to all my tasks, and I can get tied up and busy, or out at sea somewhere on a cruise. I have taken 1 or 2 of those this year.
But you list it. That's the difference. Like you list it so that you don't forget. Like I'll tell you right now, and I got one right here. I forever always have a list. It's never going to get completed. There will always be more shit added to it. It's just something I've done my entire life because I feel like, and it probably comes from this thing. You smoke enough weed, you get a thought, you want to fucking write it down before you forget it. So, yeah.
So Flip It is a
workaround, like
that Kohl's is half off clearance again is this weekend.
Kohl's is
so if you source clearance at Kohl's, I saw that half off clearance. So whatever their lowest tag is on clearance, they will cut it in half.
We gotta look at that house first.
So Brad Relish is gonna start a Venice way. You go mess with them idiots in Colorado if you want to, John.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm waving to Jenna.
We're talking about Rad Relics, John.
Oh.
Hey Jenna, you missed the intro to my show. Mine is better than John's.
Oh, way better. Yeah.
But I have to wait for John to elect his little silly little football team so that I can show him. So you're gonna have to hang out and put up with us. But it's also John. So I've been trying to evaluate because I like the fact that a lot of stuff that I'm listing is here whenever I go to ship. But as I do more large stuff, because I think I was on the right path a couple years ago, selling larger items. You know, you sell less items, it's less work because you make way more money on most large items. I'm having to figure out the most optimal storage. And you know, my building's only 2 miles, mile and a half. It's not that big a deal. So Scott Garvin said his is meds and chemo brain. Folks, if you've never been through chemo or don't know anybody who has chemo brain and so my lovely wife, she can remember everything we've ever done, except for the 6 months she went through chemo. I mean, we would be in the doctor's office and and I've never been in this place where we depended on my memory because my memory has always been, I remember stupid stuff. I don't remember important things. And it was up to me, and I'd have to remind her, the doctor just said this. She goes, he did really? I'm like, I mean, this is 15 minutes ago. She couldn't remember. It was very, Mr. Haley, what's happening, man?
Well, we found out while we were on a cruise that first Lori's mom passed away. But I found out my brother has cancer. He's in chemo right now.
Yes, sir.
So I get it, man. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. My mom is really struggling with it.
It at some point in your life, it's going to touch each and every one of you. It comes for you.
It's not just him. It's, you know, it's the whole, it's everybody around him is affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you know, people, they start to mention this on Jenna's show. It's the 5 people you hang around. And to clarify, you can have 2 groups of 5 people. I got a group that I love to hang around that laughs and jokes, smoke pot, and we have a good time when we talk reselling. But I haven't done that in years on a business level. And I've been, you know, I have struggles like everybody else in my business. I've been floundering at $3.8 million a year for the last 3 years. If you go back in all the videos, I'm 3.6, 3.5, 3.8, 4.1. I did 4.1 last year. On average, the last 3 years, I've been doing about 3.8 million. I know that sounds like a lot. I should be over 5.
Correct.
Just natural growth in business, I should be over 5. What I found out was, and I found this out talking to Dave, I had dinner with Dave at ASD. He brought a young man with him. We had some people there laughing and giggling. We had a good time. But John and Jenna were with us. John and Jenna were talking about shipping, and Dave was like, well, just round it up a pound. Remember this conversation, Dave?
Yeah.
Just round it up a pound and get it out. Stop wasting 5 minutes of time weighing the damn thing.
Yep.
Move on.
Yeah.
But then Dave turned around and said, I got this problem. And I said to him, stop screwing around, do this. And he went, I can't do that. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And it was like, see, it's easy. It's easy once you do it and you're at that level, you know, when you get to the next level, you look back and go, boy, that was pretty easy. But in reality, if you surround yourself with the right people, they can help you solve your problems.
Yeah,
Jenna's over there laughing. Jenna's over there dying because of that whole conversation. But then I sit down with somebody and he says, you're not looking at your data the right way. You need to do this and this. And the first thing I did was I set it up kind of the way I wanted based on what he was telling me. And the first thing I seen was a product that had sales down 70%. The reason the sales were down 70%, there was a word that Amazon did not allow any longer in the listing. So it was suppressed. I didn't even know the listing was suppressed. I removed that word, and all of a sudden Amazon took over and they started advertising my product. My sales are back. Everything's done. I didn't have to notify anybody. All I had to do was correct the problem. If I didn't sit down with somebody, that problem would still be going on. You need people around you that can help you at your level.
Yeah, so we talked about this a lot, John. We used to talk about this a lot a couple of years ago. The 5 people, you need somebody below you. You need 1 or 2 at your level, and you need at least 1 above you. You need that. You always need the mentor. You need somebody you can mentor, and then you need people that are in the same fight you are. Yep. And yeah, for a long time you haven't had the above, because you can't be the because your circle of friends is not always going to be, you know. So it's got to change a little bit, but you've got to have that same mix, because people think there's no value to the, you know, being around somebody new, and that they can't be any further from the truth, because they see things with such innocence that we get clouded from being in the battles. And then the same thing with someone above you who has been through those battles and can see it very clearly, because you're clouded in the middle of it. And so,
well, somebody new might have. They might have somebody new might, like, you know, I know a lot about in the beginning when I first met you, Scott. I asked you a lot of questions that you told me one of the reasons you liked talking to me was because I asked those right questions, or I posed the right idea. I may not have known what I was talking about, but I was on the right path, and it might have even sparked something in Scott where he thought about something a little different, because nobody had ever come at him that way, because everybody already thought they knew what they were doing, and just that new person with new ideas. And
I thought I was a genius with 3-inch tape until somebody who was new said, you know what, why don't you have a paper tape machine? I'm like, I don't know, never thought about it. I was happy in my ignorance. I didn't. But it's, and so SCG collectibles. Okay, so one of the most valuable things you can do, and it's going to be strange, and I'm going to tell you this: go to some meetups. You know, if I don't know what country you're in, but you've got the social aspect. You've got to. It's hard to do it through YouTube. You can meet people, but it's hard to I'm telling you, if you go to 1 or 2 meetups, and it doesn't matter which group it is, it doesn't matter, because you'll meet people all walks of life and all levels of business at these meetups. If you want to talk business, business and personal, they will. There's no secrets. You know, they'll lay their business right out and tell you, right? Because they're so.
No 2 are the same, and that's what you'll learn.
I ask somebody to ask me for help, Beard. What's the first question I ask them when I meet somebody at ASD or wherever I ask?
What do you say?
Right.
SCG collectibles. I know 3 people in Michigan.
Right.
There's a lot of people.
I know one in Michigan just from a meetup.
Yeah, I met her too.
Doing big. Yeah, Laura, she's awesome.
Yeah, so SCG collectibles. There's a big YouTuber, Walter Knoblauch, WKB or WBK, whatever the hell is it. You know, he's right outside of Detroit, right? I like Walter. Walter's that's a smart young man. Walter's a smart dude. You could do worse things than follow Walter. He's YouTube. He's a little bit everywhere. Tom Higgins said he's 5 minutes from Michigan. There's 2 hip chicks both live in Michigan. I know there's a lot.
Hell, guess what? Spirit Airlines flies to Michigan.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
Scott, where did you and I meet? You was on a road trip, Philly.
I was on a road trip in Ocean City, New Jersey.
Dude, that was a wild day. My wife came with us. Not both of us on our ass. But you got on, but digging into this 5 people thing a little more. The people that are at your level that you want around you is more of an accountability group than anything.
Right.
Totally.
The guy below you.
That could be more valuable than anything. Just the accountability alone, you know?
The person below you that should be lower than you are, that you've already walked in that mile they have, is so that you're giving back. It's the charity aspect of life. The guy above you, and now the top and the bottom have to be close to you. I can't go to a seller. I can't have a seller that's doing $300 million a year as the guy in my inner circle above me,
Right.
because his memory of my problems has faded. I need somebody with recent growth above my side. The guy below me should be a little bit lower than me so that I can help him the best I possibly can. Now, can I help everybody in this chat? Sure, I can. I've helped just about anybody I know. I'm sure I've helped Dave. Scott never gets any help.
So Mike's right that there are a lot of snakes out there. So, but you can kind of tell. You know, I've been burned a couple times. You get burned, you move on. It's not the end of the. There's, you know, nothing we do is a secret. That's the problem. Everybody thinks it's some guarded great secret of, you know. There's generally not. You know, it works for a little bit of distance does help, because then even because there was a group of us when we were attacking RA a couple of years ago. Dave's out west, Scott's up north, I'm down here, and then Ben's just crazy as fuck.
Go back to the Walgreens days.
Yeah, me and John were killing the same Walgreens, buying a lot of the same stuff, and it's seasonal, but we're so far away from each other.
Rite Aid. He called me from Rite Aid or Family Dollar. Hey, there's a Matchbox set. It's probably on the top shelf. If you find it, they're $185 on Amazon right now, and you get 2 for $15.
Yeah.
I'm standing in the store. I looked up and I said, "There's 2 on the top shelf here, Scott." I mean, you have those people that are closest to you will drive you to go to be better.
How about this stupid hair curl?
They'll make fun of you until you go do what you're supposed to do, and you're not doing what you're supposed to.
Scott, do you remember when I left my freaking wallet with all my credit cards in the Rite Aid on Thanksgiving? At like 2:00 in the morning, we were on the phone talking, so I wouldn't fall asleep going back to get my freaking wallet.
Wait, what about the hair curlers on Shark Tank?
But there is.
Yeah.
So the distance does help. And it doesn't really matter if you. I mean, same platforms is good, but you know, same selling the same items, none of that matters. You know, at the end of the day, Dave, what do we sell?
Widgets.
And, you know, so there are some people that, you know, have advanced skills, like the crazy card. That dude picks like nobody I've ever seen. I mean, Mike, the crazy card. If you follow his Instagram, that dude finds the just most insane stuff that's worth stupid money. And that does take skill. I mean, he's developed a lot of knowledge of a lot of things, but most people are buying a lot of the similar stuff.
It just takes looking and repeating over and over and over again. Like, that's how you learn. That's it. Like,
listen, Scott and I have walked into Walmart together. We both fill a cart
and never buy the same thing.
And never bought the same thing. And we've done it, and we didn't do it once. We've done it numerous times, because every time we're together, we always end up at Walmart. Even if we said we're not going to Walmart this year, and Joni goes, I need something from Walmart. And this guy's like, okay, let's go ride a bike through Walmart on YouTube.
It's all about the patterns, man. The patterns, right?
Riding a bike in Walmart. That was fun.
That was fun.
So Fred says he's been running how to informally for 10 years. Very nice. But there's no huge secrets. You know, the biggest thing people have to learn is it's really develop your own mindset. It's about changing the way you think. It's about understanding that, you know, in order to advance, in order to be more successful and accomplish your goals, you're gonna have to think like a business. You're gonna have to make decisions. It's hard for people to get rid of emotion. That's why the groups are full of people with return stories and everybody's a scammer, all that crazy shit. You know, it's a true mental game that people need to.
And, you know, I was just in Jenna's chat, flipping Amy's chat, and there was somebody in there. I don't know who it was. She asked me, "What do you sell?" That tells me that she doesn't want to learn how to do it. She wants to copy what I'm doing. Copying somebody's not going to do it. The reason I ask people what do they sell, because it tells me if they're going to be open and honest with me. If you're not going to be open and honest with me, don't ask me for freaking help. Leave me alone.
Yeah, that's the easy part. Finding things to sell is the easy part.
It's easier than people think. I really don't think people realize that.
The part is learning how to sell it. A better question for you people to ask, instead of when you see somebody successful, don't ask them what they sell. Ask them how they sold what they're selling.
There you
what
go.
do you do to make it sell? Do you advertise it? Oh,
Yeah.
How do you advertise it?
Yeah. How do you make that wheel turn? Right?
Yeah, people ask me that all the time, especially at yard sales and stuff. When I look at them, I'm like, whatever. It does.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've got 5,000 pairs of women's underwear in the storage building. Next, you tell them that, they look at you like, oh my god,
Dude, I was the granny panty king.
Roman, what's up, dude? I hope you're feeling better. Someone else with health problems, you know, don't take your health for granted, folks.
You're Roman. There's nothing wrong with hitting the bong, man.
Rhonda, you must be you either have a sick personality or you have a little bit of popularity when people mess with your name. So there you go.
Rhonda. Where's Rhonda?
Rhonda is jovial juggler.
Oh. You let that freaking kid back in?
I know. What the hell?
I thought this was a gold only show.
Yeah, David pays me $10 a week to let him come hang out with us.
That's right. That's right.
You had to duck out real quick and go evict somebody,
I
or
have
what?
a mustache.
Yeah, he did. He probably straight did.
Your mom still talks to you with that thing?
She's not Amish.
Oh, she left too?
My grandparents were. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
My grandparents. Yeah, my grandparents were Amish to the day they passed away.
I'm telling you right now, I need to get you and Jay Rod on the same show. That would be fun to ask you Amish questions, to ask him Mormon questions on the same show. That'd be killer.
Right.
I'm a smart guy. I'm not that smart, Roman. I'm really not that smart. I mean, that's what people don't understand. They think I'm very smart, and I'm not.
So, you want to tell me what? You may tell you what the secret of John is.
Shiny.
He's never been afraid to take a chance. The one thing he developed. He had a vision for where he wanted to be, and he focused everything in his being on that goal. No matter what anybody said, we had a good friend. I miss Dusty to this day.
Oh man,
Dusty would have knockdown, drag out fights. I'd hear it from both sides. You know,
I'm gonna kill that motherfucker.
I told John this, and can you believe Dusty said that? I had both those stories, and Dusty meant well because he was very concerned, but John was very, very focused on where he wanted to be. The why was very important. You don't until people figure out the why you do this, it'll carry you and drive you. He set this business up for one reason: take care of his family, take care of his family, and that business is paying for his family every single month. Now he built it to exactly where he wanted it to be, and it's doing exactly what he wanted to do.
Except for today, I should be on a freaking boat.
How did it get canceled? How did the cruise get canceled?
Yeah.
The propulsion system is not operating properly, so they only going to the Bahamas. And my wife said to him, I didn't book a cruise to the Bahamas. I want to go where I was supposed to be going.
Where were you guys going?
Somewhere's in the Caribbean. I don't know.
Okay.
But
Pecos or something. She just yelled out.
But there's certain qualities if you look at people that are successful, especially in this business, especially that they're all very, very similar. They're goal oriented. They're very driven. They, find a way. Things are going to change, folks. I can tell you right now, reselling today is not going to be the same. This time next year, there's going to be a different set of problems people are going to be complaining about. Because the one thing that's been a common theme since I've been on YouTube and since 2015 is every year there's a problem. There's something that people are complaining about. The world is coming to an end because of underline. You insert whatever it is this year.
Listen, if you had a 5-year plan in 2018, it got screwed.
Yeah.
Nobody predicted the pandemic. Nobody.
Nobody.
Forget the whole political thing. Forget all that. Nobody predicted a pandemic in 2020.
And find a way. You take advantage of opportunities. Reduce threats. I mean, it's the same. As much as people want to tell you that you don't create a business, I've created a business. It just happens to be I'm the only employee. It's that simple, and it's not one that can be sold or anything. It is, but it's still, if you don't run it like a business, it will crash. They'll crash faster than an iceberg in a big ship. With Mr. Astor on it. I had to throw some conspiracy in there, right?
The squeak one in there, right?
Do y'all realize that a lot of our problems that are being caused right now are because the Titanic went down? Y'all realize that?
Keep it real, man.
Oh, now we're going back to conspiracy.
If they don't kill off Jacob Astor and 2 other people, they have a hard time forming the Federal Reserve. There we go.
I'll throw a little taste in there every once in a while, right?
Got to give the people some information that they don't hear anywhere else.
I would go to work. I would go to work for Jenna if she'd fix shelf 7 and 9.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Should just get a new shelf.
Yeah, not shelf 7 and 9. It's
Listen, here's the thing. I'm gonna piss off a whole lot of people when I say this.
Yeah, let them have it.
There's a whole. Everybody says, "Oh, I want to be like him. I want to be like him. I want to be like him." I sit here and tell you week in and week out what I do. Scott has seen me build this from being smaller to him to where I am now. And I have said there's only 2 things you need. You need systems and you need processes. And once you have systems and processes, you just keep repeating it. It is a boring job that I have. There is nothing exciting. I am not out looking for gold. I am not finding the next hot product. I sell the same freaking widgets today that I sold 10 years ago. It's boring. Business can be very boring and make good profit. And when you have a system and a machine that runs, you do not have to have your hands in it 40 hours a week. So you all can be pissed at me that you want, but I tell you week in and week out how to do it. Get a system, find a profitable process, and repeat it over and over and over again.
But there's you also discount the fact that you're very good with getting people and with suppliers and people to work with, which people like, I'm an introvert. I'm no good at any of that, so I just do my own thing. And so I designed it benefit me to take care of my goals, which are different than your. Because you've got great contacts, and I've met those guys from New York, and a really nice guy. But I don't know that I had the skills that you had to get in with that group. I never would have, and so that opportunity that you had would not have come to me.
But you ain't calling me every week asking me how to do it.
Right.
That's correct, because I got shit to do.
These people ask in the chat every week.
Yeah, man, I gotta.
What do you sell? It ain't what I sell; it's how I sell it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
for sure.
Jenna, do you get hazard pay for being in the 120, 150 degree garage?
Hazard pay? Yeah, you got to get some kind of hazard differential for that, I would imagine.
Yeah. So Fred says he runs 7 businesses today, retired teacher for the past 9 years. They all run themselves now. No, that's very smart.
It's not hard to do. It's not. It's systems and processes. I wish I would have recorded it, bookmarked it or something. Some billionaire at some point in a YouTube interview said, success is a profitable process repeated for a long period of time. I've been doing this 50 years. I'm entitled to be successful.
Yeah.
He didn't change the process in 50 years.
Well, you did what basically anybody can do. You know what I mean? You're just doing it in a different way. You have essentially like 8 different things that all lead to the one thing, right?
Yeah, well, you've seen some of the back end of my company, so you know what.
Yeah, no, and I understand. Like, but I'm saying people
got
can do the same thing. You don't have to be locked into just doing it one way. You could explore and like, okay, this works and generates this. I mean, it's all a portfolio when it comes down to the end of the day. Like, what do you got? Where do you want to get it? Well, maybe you get a taste from here, and maybe you do a taste a different way, and then maybe a little this flavor. You know,
well, I shut chat up.
You know,
about that.
I mean, I'm trying. At least that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to stay open to.
I'm selling freaking crying towels on here next week.
Huh? You're selling what?
What's up, Larry?
I'm selling crying towels.
Yeah.
Chat went dead after my rant. Chat has just stopped.
But the problem is, John, is people don't. They see where you're at, and they truly don't listen. It really is. You know, how do you? I don't think they quite understand how much easier their life would be if
They're not ready.
If they made it repeat. Yeah, you're right. If they made it repeatable, they made it, the same over and over, and because
Jake sells sticks.
To build
Jake
efficiency.
sells sticks. How much do you make selling sticks?
It's good money.
Have you changed your process?
Not much.
I mean, do you put on a pink tutu and dance around the streets for a week to, bring good luck or any of that stuff? No, you go out, you cut a freaking tree down, you chop it up into little sticks, you wrap it in some paper, and you send it to the people to buy it.
Well, when the sales are slow,
over and over and over again to make money.
But he also spends time tweaking the listing. I mean, he does it. It's just because it's still treated as a regular product.
Right.
We talk about that a lot. He changes pictures because people copy. He changes his listing. He works on different. Because I've told him, I'm like, did you know if you did this? And he goes, yeah, I've done that. I've tried that. It works. How many times? First time I'm like, this might sound a little crooked. The last time was when the video of the guy, I forget his name, who they were selling
The laptop thing, the MacBook thing.
Yeah,
you're essentially doing it like 4 different ways, Jacob. I mean, you're doing what? OA, RA. You know what I mean? And then
he does OA and RA. I didn't know he did OA and RA. I thought he just.
But only specific to a couple niches. You know what I mean? He does a lot of Starbucks. You know what I mean? That's like his thing, and so.
I thought all he did was sell.
But all while running a business. You know what I mean? Like, there's different levels to like how you run this thing. Like
I don't know. I just this isn't rocket science. It's really not.
Yeah.
This is an easy. But the problem is if you have a process that's profitable, you think you have to change the process to get to the next level, when in reality, all you need to do is take that process and duplicate it.
Yeah.
Too many times we go, for example, I sell granny panties. And to sell more, I got to change my whole process to get to the next level. When in reality, all I need to do is sell maybe bras.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of duplicating what already worked. And too many people go, oh, I got to do something else to get to the next level. No, you don't. You got to do more of what you're doing to get to the next level.
Just copy.
Hey, Shane, what's up? Hey, Sean, what's up? No, you're people, and too many people want something, but are not willing to do what it takes to get there. Yeah.
Forget about doing the work. They're not willing to sacrifice anything.
Do we need Lori to come over here and tell us about splitting kids' meals, all kinds of other crazy dollar menu shit y'all used to do?
Oh yeah.
She's right back there making me supper, I hope. Oh, she's eating mango. I guess
I don't think it's hard. People find it hard to believe, John. When you started reselling and flags and all that stuff so long ago, you were homeless. You had your motorcycle. That's it. And they think you came with a silver spoon, and you don't lean into your story enough. People don't understand.
You just had the drive and was driven.
It's
dude, you know what my highest payment to Amazon was? I had to pay them son of a bitches $24,827 every 2 weeks.
Oh, when you had the low?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they base it off what you
There
got.
was no money for soup after that payment usually.
You're basing it off your sales, you know what I mean? Like,
and it wasn't like, well, I'll just be late a week and pay a late payment. Them some bitches take it right out of your pay.
yeah, no.
And if your pay is too short, they hit your checkbook.
Yep.
I'm here to tell you, I've been through it.
So Shane, you just joined us. It's good to see you. Have you ever done the big grab? Is it worth me driving 7 hours over there?
Who's Shane? Soda City
Where?
Flips. He lives in South Carolina. So there's a 50-mile long set of yard sales over there next weekend. It looks like it goes
to my town. Why don't you come out here? There's a good yard sale out here. Come on. We'll go out in the desert.
Yard sale in the desert.
Look up. Hey, you think Jacob's got a money maker? I got a bigger one than that. Let me see if I can find it. Right in my backyard. I don't even need to grow a tree. These don't.
Yes, Shane, I'm trying to decide because today I went to 3 yard sales a day in my neighborhood, and I filled up over half of my van in my neighborhood. I mean,
it's your neighbors.
Breaking Bad.
and that was only 4 yard sales. The other 8 or 9 that are going to be tomorrow.
All right, guys, in the private chat.
They weren't even out. My phone.
There's one for you. I don't even have to grow a tree, and I can sell more than Jacob.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 1 yard sale.
Stage too, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen
that's 1 yard sale.
Yeah.
I got thousands of square miles of that shit right out my door.
Well, I when you said you had something in your backyard, John, I was guessing that that's what you were going to find, because it is. It's a moneymaker.
It's a dead piece of wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kept asking that lady, I'm like, how much is this? She said $5. She said $5. She said it's still new, $5. I'm like, well, shit, throw it in the pile. My pile was so big. At one point, my pile was so big on her sidewalk that I had more shit than the yard sale had. Eventually, I bought over half the yard sale. I told the lady, I'm like, it's probably good I came. That means you don't have to participate tomorrow. She says, oh yeah, thanks to you, I'm selling out today, and I'm gonna hide from the heat tomorrow. I mean, I really, and by the time I left, the lady had bought, another lady come in and bought a bunch of good stuff. She closed up in 2 hours. She was only open for 2 hours because she sold it all.
Mm-hmm.
She had two things. She's like, I don't know if the battery works on this hoverboard or what the hell it was. She's like, do you want it? I'm like, how much you asking for it? She said, just take it. Damn right I want it.
Take it.
I'm not dumb enough to get on that thing, but
Right.
But I mean,
Joni,
what do you?
don't let Joni see it.
Yeah, no.
She might find that as a new mode of transportation.
Well,
I was thinking about Joni the other day because we got somebody was selling all this perfectly good Pyrex for like $2 and $3 for the old white bowls and stuff.
I said, how much is this? She said
$2.
$5. She said $5.
$5.
no way.
Is that a good camera?
It's listed on eBay for $229.
Scout's just out there.
I didn't ask how much it was listed on there for. I asked if it was a damn good camera.
It's
It is a
very
good
decent. It's got a couple years on it, but it's decent.
I need a camera.
And all the Canons right now are overpriced.
Okay.
All those small Canons, because they've been so good for so long.
It's crazy that those get the money they do.
I mean, I'm looking up. I walk up and there's one of them baby Breeza things. I'm like, how much is that? She goes, that thing's really expensive and it's still brand new. We never took it out of the box. I'm gonna have to have. I think she said $15 for it. It's listed for $140 on eBay if you want it. I mean, it was just insane. I mean, how much is the bubblegum machine? $5 in the pile.
In the bottom.
It's
Mm-hmm.
so it's hard for me to go to some of these long yard sales, knowing that I'm gonna give up Huntsville yard sales for the weekend, and knowing I could have just gone here and filled the van up for this. Although I do.
Listen, throwing the van's one thing. You got to get the shit listed.
Half of that's already listed.
Yeah, but what about the storage unit?
Which one?
Which
The one
one?
that's not been listed.
Which one?
one?
Which one? I got a few.
SG Collectibles. Jacob never shares.
My wife's making me a
come
grilled
on
cheese
over, Al.
sandwich, so y'all can be jelly about the grilled cheese sandwich in a minute.
I'll cook steak.
Yeah, me and Jennifer almost crashed in on you this weekend.
Yeah.
We're like, we need to go to one of these Labor Days, and we need to make our way to Hillsville, Virginia, to that big flea market. I'm like, I know where we can stay to Airbnb.
That's right.
I don't think it was about 30
He
minutes.
got a
from here.
horse stall for rent. He got a horse stall for rent.
That's about an hour, John.
Yes.
You mean to tell me I have to kick the horse out for the night?
That stuff's out there for everybody who says they can't find stuff. I can't imagine.
Not looking.
I mean,
No, they don't want to work. They bullshit.
Hey, you ain't looking.
It ain't looking. It's that they don't want to work. They'd rather sit around here bitching about, oh, I don't know how to ship a pot lid. Then why the hell did you buy it if you didn't know how to ship it in the first place?
it's more of it's much easier to complain about something, and it's a theme that goes on with a lot of people. You complain about yourself because it's eBay or Amazon. You complain. I mean, there's always a boogeyman. There's always it's my area. I can't find nothing. It's my this.
My fees on eBay are too high. I want to pay $2 million next year in fees.
Right.
Fred, So the only person I know doing that, I watch those folks, flea market flippers, and they sell a lot of palletized stuff on eBay.
Yep.
No, Roman, you're 100% correct. I mean, you've got to get that victim mentality and take responsibility.
Lazy is not easier than working. Not for me, anyway.
Yeah.
I hate laziness. I get. I
You know
mean,
how long
listen,
it
I
takes-
struggle to sit and watch a whole TV show without getting up and doing some kind of work.
Uh-huh.
You know how long it takes me to get bored? Like, if I can, once a year, I can probably stay in bed all day, okay? But there's no chance I'll do that twice in a year, unless I'm
this-
actually sick.
What's his
This-
name?
What?
This fool tells me I'm taking a whole month of September off, and then he sends for the next hour to tell me how he's got plans to do all this kind of crazy sourcing and all this stuff here. I'm like, I knew better than to think that you were taking any time off. You're just doing something different. You're not
Same
Wait,
thing.
you're taking a month off
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
and you're going to do nothing.
He's just,
Uh,
he's no source the whole time.
Oh.
He's just not gonna play landlord 3
Okay.
weeks.
No,
I'm
you
not
get,
gonna play
you get on
landlord. I'm not
travel.
gonna play Willows. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the road for about 3 weeks. And
So what are
if
you
I-
doing when you Willow? Are you
if I
just gonna
buy-
shut that part? You just shutting eBay down, so you're not gonna have to deal with Willows.
I will leave it open for the first 10 days, and David will ship for me. He'll do the stuff, and then I'll shut it down for the other 12 days or whatever.
Does David get a 401k or any of that kind of stuff?
At
David-
UPS.
He gets stung. He gets stung by
Yes, he does. You hear that?
He gets stung by bees. He gets drugged at every Starbucks in Nashville and every grocery store.
Does he get hungry? Okay.
He's cutting willows. He's shipping willows.
Who is
He
it?
gets
His brother. His younger brother.
my brother. He's 10 years, 11 years younger, whatever, 12 years younger. There we go.
Oh, I
He's on-
beat the piss out of my brother. I work him like a freaking dog, dude.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
so
the
he's gonna have
Amish
his
didn't work. The Amish don't work their horses as hard as I work my brother.
yeah. So this is how much he enjoys me though. He's flying to New York, New Jersey, where I'm going to pick him up, and then 5 days later it's going to be his birthday on our way traveling.
So, Better Barbie wants to know, willows will grow in Florida. They will, right? Enough rain down there?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got multiple customers that grow them in Florida.
They don't
They won't
grow
grow in
here.
salt water very well, but they'll grow as long as it's not salty.
They won't grow here.
Yeah, it needs to be your your rain level needs to be what, a 7, you said, or what number is it?
The I don't but like water, they need what happened? There we go. Yeah, they need several gallons a week. If there's no rain and no water available, they need 5 to 10 gallons of water a week.
5 to 10 gallons of water. You're talking about a $50 bill where I live.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's why I
so-
said they don't work for you.
So, Barbie, and they grow.
Um,
I hope that helps you. They do grow. It's just a matter of how much rain, how much water do you get. And they grow here, so I'm pretty sure whatever that number is, there's some number Jacob, he can tell you.
Yeah.
About how much rainfall.
Yeah,
and how much
they will
water.
grow rain. They will grow zone 4 through 11, as long as 4 through 11 or 4 through 10, something like that. Pretty well. As
You
long
can
as
look
they
that
have
up.
enough rainfall.
If you look at what zone, just Google what zone
there's-
you are. They'll tell you.
Yeah.
But this is like anything. Reselling is like anything else. You know, you listen to Michael Jordan talk about, he's known for hitting all these game winning shots. But if you listen to him talk, he will tell you that he missed 2 to 3 times as many that he ever made. He said, but he still wanted the ball in his hands. He had so much confidence in him, and Kobe wanted to be Michael. Kobe worked harder than. How did he get there? He worked harder than anybody else. You know, listen to Shaq. Shaq will tell you that he was a terrible even though he was always big, until he ran into Coach Brown. I think he was a junior or senior over in Germany, and helped him develop a work ethic and a desire to be between his dad, the Army drill sergeant, and Coach Brown. You know, you've got to want it, and you want to have a great reseller. You want to have a great whatever it is. You know, you want to have a great marriage. You got to work on your marriage. I mean, none of this stuff.
No, you got to get married first.
Well, you can't get married where you are.
See how long it takes till he figures it out. Hey,
oh, I heard you. I saw you.
John can still not. He can't still be picking his little football team. What the hell?
Yeah, John.
It's been an hour and a half.
Is he doing fantasy football?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, those girls, man, let me tell you about fantasy football. Those girls, they will talk for 6 hours to get the draft done.
Let's see if we can wake him up.
There you go.
John, this is what everybody thinks about your fantasy football team.
I don't give a fuck.
The damn fancy football team.
This is what we think, John.
Dude, it's just a prank, bro.
What was this?
You said 15 more minutes.
Hit him with some more smoky.
Anyone more smoky?
You got some other good smokies in there, right?
Hold up, you fucking up the rotation.
Hey.
Puff give.
Yeah, up good, man. You fucking up the rotation.
This is the best one.
No. Let's call a weed shop in Vegas and have it delivered to his house.
Yeah.
Y'all were too loud, Dave. This is the best one.
About my money, Smokey. It's the
Oh, you gotta make that louder.
Turn that shit up.
Yeah.
It's the principalities of the
There's
thing.
principalities involved. Playing with my money is like playing with my emotions.
About my money, Smokey. It's the principle of the whole thing.
It's
It's the principle of the whole thing.
Hey, did I send you that video? Let me put a video in. You may want to play it. You may not. This video is just hilarious. Thank you.
People still don't ask the question. Are
Are
y'all working for the next 3 days? How many in the chat? How many of y'all in the chat are still working the next 3 days?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a slave to the grind.
John's not working. John's still crying that he's not on a boat somewhere.
Not me, no rest.
Jennifer said she was not working this weekend. I have a hard time.
There's a good video in the private chat.
I'll work a little bit, but not too much. I have to work some tomorrow to get an apartment ready, so I don't have to delay my trip. But
Apartment? You mean horse stall?
yeah, on the second floor.
So Flippin' Good is working every day. Chastity is probably working. John is working.
Yeah.
Sean is definitely working because he's trying to get us. Yeah, remember. So Amazon FBA right now is a fine balance. Remember, getting it in on time without being too early, because remember they start doubling fees pretty quick.
Yeah.
I know John doesn't care about that, and he's already sent Christmas in like February.
Got to restock.
For those of you,
gotta be careful what you restock. How much?
No, my last container landed yesterday.
But So Roger said he'll go to the flea markets. So I'm doing yard sales here in the neighborhood. So you can tell the person who did it has no clue. It's gonna be 90 in the mid 90s again. Let's start it at 8 o'clock. They should have started at freaking 6 o'clock. So I'm gonna go to those, the ones that are not, and then I'm gonna head to the flea market. Dog days. I'll wear a camera tomorrow so y'all can see dog days. I've got 2 or 3 weeks of yard sales. So I got to edit now. Fred says if he's not working, his money's working. So there you go, Fred. That's
Yep.
Scott's listing while we're carrying on. So I actually, right up until I hit the live button, I took an extra 10 seconds so I could list an item. I actually did I hit my own like button because I've sold one item during the show.
Ooh.
Am I a wrench on this? Am I a wrench on this channel?
I've sold 2 things in this show.
Are you what?
Am I a wrench on this? Yeah, there we go. I was
Yeah.
making sure the link would work.
Here.
So there's a weekend sale that I'm doing before I go. So it's like super cheap.
You're not going to come if I order them. Are you going to come plant them? I just sold something else. We're going to go on. At this point, I've sold 3 things on this show. We're just going to keep going.
Wow. Yeah. Keep it rolling.
Yeah, I'll come plant them for a small fee.
Okay, well, you
Ooh. That was a good decision. So here's a good one here, folks. So I bought for $20. I bought it a Onkyo Bluetooth home theater receiver. It had all these speakers with it, and so I looked it up and I listed it for $108.88 plus shipping. I got $20 shipping on that, so sold for right at $130. It only sells for $180 with all them damn speakers. But the unit with the remote just sold without the speaker. The speakers are going to the auction. I'm like, I do not want to ship these damn things. They're going to the auction.
the lifesavers.
Folks, you'll be amazed at what you can. I found a Carver remote in my box of junk yesterday. That damn Carver amp remote. It sells for $89 for one remote.
Get on that.
Yes, John is listening.
I'm listening.
It's amazing if you think your way through these things. You know, Beard, I wouldn't ship the whole entertainment center without all this stuff. Well, then how much is it without the speakers? To me, it wasn't worth it to have to ship another box with all those speakers in it. And a subwoofer that's huge.
I bet
Going
you.
to the auction.
What are you going to get for the speakers at auction?
I don't
I
know.
was closing my tab. I hit the wrong one.
There's a good chance that they'll pay for the whole unit. As long as somebody gives me $5 and takes them away, I don't care what I get for them.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't care. But it's also a good item to send because it's a name brand speaker or name brand. It's a good brand.
So I'll make one offer here for anybody who wants to buy the XL cutting.
What?
Before by end of day Monday, and they say they saw this on Scott's channel. If they put it in the notes in the order section, I'll send you double your order for the same price.
Woohoo!
What? No way.
You want the XL cuttings?
The blue light special.
Maybe I should put a blue light special up on my number one product. Nah, I don't need to
Blue
supply it.
light.
For the offer is only on the XL cuttings.
Listen, going back to something we were talking about. Everybody says they ask what you're selling, like they want to copy what you're selling. How many years did I talk about Pop Rock, Scott, before somebody finally came in and competed against me?
Actual competition.
You just played dirty games with them until they went away.
I think you should be looking around.
And that's legendary because every now and then I'll be talking to Dave. I usually talk to him 3-4 times a week. Dave will go, yeah, the price sucks. There was one product he was selling. I've been selling this for years, and they really messing with me. He goes, I'm about to pull John Chartier on him.
I did. I fucking charted those listings down, dude.
They just don't know. I'll crash this whole damn listing. I
I'll
don't care.
fuck this shit up. Hey, it worked. It worked. I ran them out. They're gone.
Are they around?
They're gone. They're
what's your price?
they're all gone. All of them.
What's your price?
Oh, it's up now. I'm up almost. Yeah.
But there's some YouTubers. People help me understand this. I was watching a YouTuber and I like this guy or girl. I'm not gonna tell you what. I mean, it doesn't matter who it is. It says I've been selling this product and you can buy it at Walmart. Why would you tell the world that if you're selling something successfully? Why would you? You're not gonna make that much money on video content. Why specifically would you tell them one item? I mean, I understand if I told you something. I told you about Monopoly after I sold out. You know, I would tell you if you saw it in my video, it was generally because I was already out. It'd be a week behind, it'd already be out. But this is something that you can buy today. I can go to Walmart after the show and buy them and put them for sale.
If I fill my Fiat with hair rollers, as seen on TV,
yeah, I would.
You can guarantee when the video came out, I didn't have any for sale on Amazon.
Yeah, I would have done that with you, but with the bulb head treating me like I was somebody's whipping post. Those SOBs. How many trees did they kill sending me notices? Fucking bulb head.
So for what?
Bulb head for selling those damn lights that project on your house and all that crazy mess.
Yeah.
Did they sell during Christmas? Bulb head.
Lights.
A bright idea.
Yep, there you go. I think I have some of them.
Yeah, if I tell you, I'm done. I know YouTubers that tell y'all stuff. They never sell it to begin with. It's just, it can be sold and you can make money on it. So they go, I'll make a video on that. You got to be careful who you listen to.
The best play I ever seen with a product was Hatchimals. Dude had more than Walmart, Amazon, and all the other stores online combined sitting at Amazon waiting to go. And he hit the button and he did $1 million in sales in one day on freaking Hatchimals.
Yikes.
They were a lot of fun because that was back when Walmart was 24/7. And I knew what the boxes looked like. So all the ones I sold, I just helped the stock people put those boxes in my basket.
Let's save you some time. Let's just tuck those over here real quick.
You don't even need to take them out the
You
box.
got to put them on the shelf.
I went into Walmart one time on Black Friday. Remember the cotton candy machines?
Oh, yeah.
I went in and said, "Can I buy these?" And she said, "Sure." I said, "No, I think you misunderstood. Can I buy all of these?" She said, "The whole pallet?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Can you load it in my truck?" She got a freaking fork thing, a fork pallet jack.
No, Jack. Yeah.
Took me right through the line. Oh, yeah. Right out to the truck and put it in the bed of the truck.
And then I pointed out to you.
So Patty says she's listing, organizing, clean. So that's what I'm trying to get to, Patty. I've started on the other side. That's the main side. I'm probably 40% done with the other side.
What'd you do? Switch the office up around?
It's been a while.
You were over by the American flag. What are you doing in this corner?
Man, that's been like a year.
I was going to say, yeah, it's been
At least a year.
Yeah, my wife gets mad because I don't notice when she buys a new dress, too. So
I could go lift that American flag up if y'all really want me to. That's where the Trump train hides.
Since nobody came to eat the other steak, I decided to eat the second one.
Who was supposed to eat it? David?
I don't know. I thought one of you all was going to show up. So
dude, you're going to get fat. That shit will catch up with you.
David's over there eating the other one.
Hey, David, we need to talk. He needs to be providing a 401k for you as much work as you do around there.
That's right.
He gives them a free freaking
Is
horse
it-
stall.
All that work you're going to do and your birthday, is he paying for your plane ticket up there?
Oh, he
No.
should. It's only
You know
$49.
Jacob's cheap as shit.
He could afford that.
It's $49.
I bet next thing, David, he's going to tell me you're going to have to drive him around. So you're going to be the chauffeur.
Well, that's the plan.
That's the plan.
That's what I want. I want one so bad. Chauffeur.
In the big cities, that, or when we hit some of the bigger cities, that always works out the best for us when I'm hitting some of the places that I hit. When you have hardly a place to park.
I do Uber, dude. When I go up to Vegas, I park my car.
Mhm.
I don't move my car again until I come home.
Mm-hmm.
So is your shirt the same one that John was wearing earlier?
This one?
Oh no. Oh, never mind. He was saying that's no. He was saying it's not his fault. He was left unsupervised. You're just saying.
Mine says the difference between coffee and your opinion is I asked for my frickin' coffee.
This one's a Dunedin, Florida shirt. Does anybody know Dunedin, Florida? It's a ritzy little place above Clearwater.
I can't believe he's making you fly into a ghetto too. By the way, David, is there a worse airport in the world?
It's nonstop. Hush.
What the hell you flying them
Newark.
on?
Newark, New Jersey.
In the Newark.
Legionnaire out of Asheville. Nonstop.
Dude's getting on a unicorn for $49.
Do they have like machine guns or something roped to the wings or something to fly into Newark?
No, it's Kamala Air.
Yeah, they don't allow guns up there. What are you talking about?
Right.
You don't think I'll leave mine at home, do you?
They can't stop you now. The Supreme Court's done stepped in and said, "To hell with y'all."
Mm-hmm.
Trying to do a little bit of something to this crooked government.
Mm-hmm.
So Scott said he did that with Hidden Fates Pokemon. They limited it to supply at Target, but they were. I don't even know what they are. I guess they're some kind of Pokemon cards.
Like the one we sold on the show that one night.
So Lisa?
When I sold that Pokemon card.
That's the one thing I have done the last few years is not participate in Black Friday.
Yeah.
I miss Black Friday.
I don't like people. There's way too many people.
There's way too many people involved.
There was never anybody at Walgreens.
True that. That was the one thing I liked about Walgreens is I could pull my trailer into the parking lot. I was the only one there. Filling up basket after basket. I was the only one there. The managers would be bored to come over. You want me to get you another basket? Sure, I'll fill it up.
Right on, thanks.
You say that.
I had the district manager one time help me load the truck.
The best year was that year that if you bought so much, they gave you extra points. And I had like 300,000 or 400,000 points. And the name that won't be mentioned, he had over 1 million points.
Remember, they used to give you the coupon too.
Correct.
30,
For the next
what was
day,
it? 30 off 50 or something?
But it had to be used the next day, right?
10 off, I think 10 off 20.
Or it was not used. It wasn't valid until the next day, but for like 6
No,
days.
if you bought something on up until Wednesday, it was valid Thursday through Sunday. So you could buy the buy two get one free
Mhm.
early in the week, and then it turns into buy two get two free on Thursdays. What it used to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, them little freaking toys. We sold hundreds of Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, all those Minnie Mouse books, Minnie Mouse,
No, remember the freaking pad?
all the noise makers and stuff. Every bump
That
you hit.
piano pad.
Every bump, I bet.
Oh, the musical pad I saw, but especially the Minnie Mouse. She was the best. Oh my God, I don't know how many I sold. Just sending those into Amazon. Every time I see them at a yard sale, I just laugh. I'm like, I wonder if one of us sold that.
Right.
Absolutely amazing. But their stuff got way expensive. They've got stuff that was like $29.99 this past year.
I don't know. I haven't looked in years.
They saw you making money, and they said they wanted it, so they raised the price.
This year they're playing. We got to close stores.
Yeah.
Come on, camera. We've given you enough time, camera. Let's
Who's closing?
we're set. We need to set out the alarm for John.
Scott,
You gotta set up Smokey though.
John.
Lock and load, bitches.
Is that loud enough for you now?
Yeah. Coming in hot and heavy.
You said you couldn't hear it. I turned it up wide open.
Uh-oh. Smokey,
All right.
you can barely hear.
Hey, I forgot to put that in there. I need to go back and add that to it.
Yep.
What is that?
That's
Is that the nuclear sign?
you need to add the Glock.
What?
That's air raid.
Add the Glock.
An air raid. Civil air defense.
Okay. Well, whatever it is, it was the siren I heard every first Wednesday growing up till I was like 10 years old when we left Pennsylvania. I heard that siren coming from the nuclear power plant 10 miles away. And we could hear it. What's that?
Todd said, "Ouch." Did I blow out your hearing aid batteries, Todd?
Yeah.
I lived about 10 miles from the power plant. What was that thing called? Nuclear power plant.
So if y'all, we had a pretty decent podcast. Make sure y'all check that out. Since the Profit Playbook podcast is in here, if you're not subscribed to that channel, it will it'll come out tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific time.
Strange calling.
Oh, there he is. Flipping ain't easy.
I know.
We got something for you.
Is he not in the Facebook chat?
He is, but he
He wants it easier. Yeah, sounds like me.
now I can repair this while I wait on him.
Who's just in case?
So did you have a successful draft?
I'm still drafting, by the way. I'm just gonna do it on the. I'm gonna do it on the DL.
Hey,
How many people are in your little league?
There's 10 teams, but these guys are slow. So
no draft party? What the hell?
this is the party.
That's it.
Did you show John your entrance, Scott?
You have an entrance.
Yeah, do it again. Yeah. Can you do it in the middle?
Yeah. Let me finish the alternate.
He's altering. He's putting it in. All right.
This is what it is supposed to look like, John.
Was that?
This is what it is supposed to look like.
Just download. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, wait. He's tweaking it. It's going to be good or bad.
What did I miss?
Why is Jake always eating? I don't know, Jacob. Why are you always eating?
Yeah, why are you always eating? I've wondered that.
Why not?
You eat late, man. It's 9:30 where you're at.
Yeah.
I work till now.
Well, usually he's eating just, like raw honeycomb
It's the Amish.
or something.
It's the Amish in them.
All right, it's
My
processing.
brain doesn't tell me when to eat, so that's
The
a
new
bit
and
of a problem
improvement.
I have.
The new and improvement is processing. Give it just a second. All right, you ready? Are you ready, John?
Yeah, turn
I'm
down.
ready.
Warning, some viewers may find the following footage deeply disturbing. Lock and load, bitches.
You gotta get the click. Gotta get the hammer pull, you know.
John, if you'd like, we'll make you one for your show.
I like the one I made, actually. Did you miss that?
Yeah.
You didn't see the one I made?
No.
Is yours
you
the
didn't
same-
think I was
did you make
going
a
on
new-
it, did you?
Did you make a new one, or is it the same one?
The same one.
Okay.
It
Did you
goes,
make a little?
I'm John, and I sell shower sitters.
I think that's the one.
John's a little bit more low key.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to offend people?
No, never.
I
Well.
do. When can I be on your show, John?
When are you ready?
Whenever you want.
Okay. I'm going to hold you to it.
Or is that going to be the special edition Triple P podcast?
Yeah, nobody. Listen, I won't offend anybody. I promise. I never offend anybody on this show.
Not at all.
So,
You know
so
what?
John,
You
are
should
you,
come on the Profit Playbook.
so are you working this weekend, John?
I'm always working. Oh, that John.
That John, yeah, he's
no,
working.
not you. I know the other one ain't working.
He might
That
be.
one-
He may be fixing shelf 7 and 9 this weekend.
7 and 9 is fixed.
Bullshit.
Okay, that's
I'm just surprised you still have room. All these pallets you continue to buy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised too. I'm making it fit. There's times that I have the stuff in my car, and it ain't getting in the garage until I get some stuff listed. You could play my if anybody wants to see mine. John, did you not see my intro?
No,
It's there.
you act like I watch TV.
That's it.
Warning, some viewers may find the following footage deeply disturbing. Lock and load, bitches.
Wait. And there's the difference between the two shows.
Number one, Beard wins. Number two, John wins. All right, y'all put it in the chat.
I gotta keep mine more subtle because Jenna's on the show. You know, it's disrespectful. You buy that. My hearing is down to like.
I gotta figure out how to control the volume.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it needs to like come through the speakers and just make the whole room shake.
I know anybody who has on headphones, they need to cry when the headphones come.
You really got to get the cock and load at the end there.
Come on, you need a 9mm where it says that.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can find a.
You actually
video
can't.
for
You
it.
actually can control the volume. Okay.
There you go. you doing, man?
Todd says, "What?"
Huh? Yeah, why is he lurking tonight? He's not hanging? Yeah.
So what did I miss?
The first 3 seconds of Brad Haley.
Not much. We just talked about what are the characteristics and habits of successful retail? What do you see to them? They have a goal. They have a vision. They work excessively hard. They don't accept excuses. But we didn't say it in a nice way. It was more ugly.
Yeah. Yeah, a little more.
There's a Mexican Riviera one that leaves the December 24th.
All right, so I'll turn the music down a little bit, just for y'all that are, especially the siren. I turned the siren way down.
Yeah.
It's only a 7. I didn't know if you were interested.
I ain't cruising at Christmas. All them little bastards. I want to box their ears in.
What?
The latest thing is when you got on this kid, I ask you if you need a leash for that thing. And if you don't think I do it, ask my wife. She'll tell you.
What?
You need a leash for what?
What I miss?
Freaking kids. These kids running around on the ship, and I look at the parents and go, "You need a leash for that thing?"
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd be that one.
Are you still allowed to do that nowadays?
I don't really give a shit.
I don't care.
Hey,
I asked one dude if he wanted me to toss his kid over the side for him.
hey, as long as I keep selling stuff, we'll keep doing nonsense.
Yeah.
Well, according to John, if you like his video, you sell shit. So I liked this video. I didn't sell anything. So I went back and put a thumbs down.
Here, let's.
Thank you. Oh, you're one of the 4 that do that.
Here.
John, you didn't.
You
You didn't log in. We know better. You never
My
looked.
trip to Alaska was freaking amazing.
Yeah, this is bullshit. I haven't had a sale for 7 minutes.
I watched a brown bear come up the river, fish a salmon out of the river, and eat that thing.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
So, John, is your day picked up? Because I think we had similar days yesterday. I sold 528 yesterday, and I'm at 447 now.
No, I'm still at $100.
You
It's
guys,
just been gold.
This whole month has felt gappy to me. Like it's up and down, and
let's talk about this. You guys are looking at your numbers wrong.
I know, damn it.
You are definitely looking at your numbers wrong. You can't compare today with yesterday.
You can't blame it on August.
What
I
you
can't.
need to look at is the historical a year ago on this holiday. Historically, my sales are 50% of what yesterday was.
I can't.
So I did 15 grand yesterday. I should do how much today? 7,500 if that formula holds correct, right? I'm at 7,700 right now.
See, but last year I was dominant Amazon, and now I'm much more half, or maybe even a little more eBay. So it's hard for me to.
That's going to be hard for you to see, but you shouldn't be comparing today to yesterday, because if you look at your numbers over a long historical period of time, Mondays compare with Mondays, Tuesdays compare with Tuesdays, Wednesdays, so on and so forth. And then when you get into holidays like Christmas, I can tell you what day is the best day in December compared to which is the worst day in December. Christmas is not the worst day in December.
Nah, yeah, you're right.
So the reason why I'm comparing
December 31st is the worst day because of New Year's.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the reason why I'm comparing both of them, John, and I understand, and it's a valid point, is because. So I'll tell you, true, and I tell you this to tell you. A couple weeks ago, we're doing a podcast, and it's something that John said just kind of stuck in my head. Because he's like, I try to list $1,000 because I know he's got sales goals that are similar to mine. And I'm like, if I want to hit $500 to $600, $700 a day on eBay, you can't match that number listing. You've got to. And so I'm like, why am I settling? And so 3 days ago, I'm like, you know what? We're going to 1,000. I'm gonna list 1,000 a day, $1,000 a day. And so I'm trying to compare the last couple of days because now I'm third day in a row of listing that much to see if
Okay. I got you.
the trend's coming with it.
Well, I can tell you one thing: the sales aren't going to come with it this weekend. This is one of the weekend. This is one of the worst weekends in sales because what people don't stop to realize is 3 things happen right now. Summer's over.
Yep.
It's a holiday weekend.
End of the month.
And the little bastards go back to school for half the country.
And a big distraction too is this weekend and next weekend is little. I mean, a lot of people want to downplay it, but college football is the number 2 sport in the country, and it's back with a big distraction tomorrow. And the next weekend, the NFL should make a weaker weekend too because you got a lot of people distracted because they're
distracted by football. No way.
These are big social trends that we don't generally take into account.
I mean, John, you mentioned it earlier on about numbers. You got to study your numbers.
Right.
Because you can't really compare to yesterday. I mean, I understand why you do, and I do too. I look at yesterday's numbers for sales.
But the other thing I know, John, is if I continue pushing even through the holiday weekend, the dividends will pay off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week.
Right. The other thing is as you grow, and Dave, this will probably resonate with you more than anybody else on the panel. I'm right now, I don't hide this, I do between 3.5 and 4.2 in sales a year. When I was doing 2.5 to 3 million and I wanted to grow, I didn't look at how do I increase my sales. What I looked at was how much inventory I had to have at Amazon on any given day. How much inventory value did I have to have at Amazon on any given day? What would it take to get to the next level? I want to add $1 million. Well, at 2.5 million, I had 300,000. At 3.8, I run about $450,000 worth of inventory at Amazon.
No, so that's an important point, and that it rolls over to eBay too, because I would tell you, it's what John Flipping Ain't Easy John does is amazing because he has such low numbers in his store to drive the sales, the constant sales that he does. Because I would tell you, if you want to sell $500 a day, you've got to have sustainable $500 a day inventory, and same thing for 1,000. And so it takes the size of a store to push into it. The goal is not necessarily to, I need to be James and have 60,000 items, but I need the items I source. I figure if I hit the 1,500, I'm at 500 now. Well, I was at 500. Now I'm back into the 480s again. But I figure 1,200, 1,300 items is where I'll be hitting my goals, and then sustaining that number is going to be the ticket to pushing eBay. Because I don't think, contrary to popular belief, I don't think eBay is dead. Has eBay weakened over the years? Yes, but it's still a viable opportunity. There's still sales out there to be had if you're selling the right things and doing what you're supposed to do. I'm a firm believer, if you don't promote, you can't sell.
Amazon is weakened over the years.
Yeah, I think eventually Amazon will lose their grip, and the individuals will figure out how to drive traffic back to their stores. Did somebody buy some twigs?
We had a sale.
Are they getting double?
Yep.
That gives you a feeling about what can you learn from it. I need to learn what is important to pay attention to it. It depends on what you want to know, John. It really, You have to, and I'll tell you how to get comfortable with data because I have a hard time with it. Just start looking at it for an hour a day. Just go in and start looking at all your data. What sold, what didn't sell, what's selling good. Now, this doesn't work a lot with one-off products, but are you in a niche or a market that you do much better in than another niche? And as you start looking at all this data, that feeling you have will turn into an actual analysis of your data.
Mm-hmm.
It takes time to understand your data, and you've got to look at it an awful lot. I can't sit here and give you a formula of what you should look at in your data because I don't know if you sell one off or if you're like John, you got 50 orange toilet jitters.
The pattern will start.
You have to figure it out for yourself.
No, and that's what Justin Case. That's what he's saying. He says your numbers will tell you the story of your business. If you track everything, you'll see trends very clearly. No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But you also but you can't get so lost in your numbers that you don't actually see what's going on around you as well. Because so this I've mentioned Primo Sprinkle here lately. I watch his channel. He's an interesting cat. But dude had been doing the same thing over and over, and eventually it dawned on him that, and he came to because when I first started watching him, I'm like, he just doesn't get it. He's insane. I would be banging my head against the wall trying to get a point, and then one day he comes on and goes, you know what? We're going to take the whole month of June off. I'm going to blow this store up, a store that's been there for I forget how long he's been on eBay, forever. I'm gonna turn it into 3 stores. I'm gonna turn each store into a niche. The stuff that I've been telling people, so that sell-through rate, because it counts on eBay right now, and that the stuff that he is really good at and has a lot of stuff that just doesn't sell fast will not kill the rest of his store. And he's been sourcing newer inventory to put in these stores. If you want to see a success story and see what it takes to sell and how to revive your store if you're struggling, go back and watch a couple of his videos where he talks about blowing a store up and the work it took to bring it back and put it in 3 stores and what he's learned. It's truly a great case study on eBay in 2024. And I've learned from it too. And just seeing the ideas and the learnings he's come up with has changed some of the things I do on eBay. Because I was always at the highest price, and I am much more flexible in price because I understand I buy things so cheap.
Listen, I bought a factory. I don't know how many people know that. I think, Dave, I told you that. I bought a factory that makes a product. I have to understand the numbers of what I'm producing now if I'm going to make that a success. And I think I can. And it's a product I have no understanding of at all. But it's, you have to take the time to understand your numbers. And you have to look at them in different ways. Jake, you sell those twigs, but you also sell something else. And you may look at it and go, hey, it takes me X number of hours to work over here, and my profit is this. And over here on twigs, I can sell these twigs because I drive my brother like a slave dog and make him sleep out in a freaking horse barn. And I make fish. Well, you may decide that you want to do more twigs and get rid of this over here. So you got to know what each of these different markets are doing. And when you do one-offs and you're across an entire platform, how the hell do you know what you're good at selling?
Yeah.
No, you definitely don't, John. So but one-offs in certain categories, I'm heavy in the kitchen and electronics. They all operate the same.
I understand.
But
there are categories that you do one-offs. Electronics, you have to know which stereo sells and which ones don't. I get that. But for most people, they need to pick a niche, stick with the niche, figure it out, and then figure out how they're going to expand from there. Too many people see what we're doing, at the level we're at, and they want to run out and they want to buy stuff in electronics and they want to buy stuff in clothing and they want to buy stuff in twigs. And then they go, hey, John, how about if I buy those toilet seats off you, wholesale so I could sell those? They don't want to figure it out the process. They're constantly putting the cart in front of the horse.
The one thing I think, John, I think the biggest mistake that's made in reselling is people don't understand what sell-through rate is. They don't pay attention to the sell-through rate. They look at you, they click on the completeds or the solds, and they say, "Oh my God, this item sells for X amount of dollars," and not understanding that there are 3 sales and there are 40 listings. And so if there's 3 sales in 90 days, that means chances are there are going to be 12 sales this year. And there's already 40 listings. So you've got 3.25, 3.5 years worth up. So now you matching the highest price listed means you're just one of the also rats, and then you've got to be able to compete on price if you're even going to think of moving that. And they just don't understand that because an item looks good on paper that you can make money on an item, it's because it won't sell because of the competition and not having a realistic understanding of what it's going to take to move that item. It's going to take a lower price. It's going to take paying eBay extra money. Oh my God, I can't believe eBay is charging me extra. Well, there's 10 people wanting to be at the front of the line. They're just taking advantage of the fact that they have a market where it pays to be at the front of the line. And if it was if eBay was your business, you do exactly the same damn thing.
John, do you know your profit margin?
Yep, 48%.
48% profit margin.
Yes.
Now I'm going to ask you a follow-up question before I give you my numbers. Do you think you could ever become my size at 48% margin?
No. That number would go down if I was to.
Is that your gross? Is that gross profit or net?
That's net.
That's after you pay yourself.
Oh no. That's not accurate.
Okay.
That'd be gross, yes.
So it's gross after all your expenses, less your pay.
Yeah.
Okay. My margin is 18%. When you look at what John's talking about.
You're selling in high volume, so
At net. No, I'm getting to a point here with this. At net, I'm under 8% margin. Everybody says they want to be my size, but nobody wants to give up their margin.
Right.
You can increase your profit by lowering your margin. Because your sales volume will go up. The toilet seats, for example, how are you going to get rid of them? You said on your show you're going to put them on Facebook Marketplace.
We can put them up on Marketplace, yeah. It won't take but 10, 15 minutes.
And blow them out at a lower price than you're willing to take on eBay because you got to ship it.
Yeah, I'll take $30. Maybe start at 40, and if they want to give me 30, I'll just say, come on and pick one up.
So, these are things that you have to consider in your business. Are you willing to take a smaller profit margin? Because as soon as you hire somebody, if you remember the first conversation me, and your wife had, and my wife, was about hiring somebody. And the first thing you got to do is take a smaller margin, which you weren't willing to do. You want to beef up your sales to pay the help and not cut into your margin. As soon as you hire somebody, you're going to make less money. It may not stay that. 8% is a business. Net.
Yeah.
Net. That's after me, my owner draw, my salaries, my employees, my 401ks, my investments, my taxes, everything that I pay. I'm at 8% net, which is healthy for a business. But you have to work on volume. How come they don't make 4-inch tape? Because it's a waste of money. Somebody's trying. Justin's trying to figure out my net profit. The one number you're missing is how much I take out of the business. So that doesn't. You'll never be able to figure out what my profit is.
So
But you're very at 288. You're very low.
So Amazon sold 99. So all that extra prep and all that extra labor. So what percentage do you think that costs you in prep and adds to your FBA inventory? He said they were having a lot of damaged shipments, and he started prepping better, box, bag, bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Well, Amazon shifted and didn't really say anything to the sellers. Amazon tried to cut their cardboard use. And they started putting labels on your product, and they started throwing crap in bags that didn't belong in bags with a label on it. And you got caught with a lot of damage. Where I got lucky was I don't have damage with products. You know my store inside and out. There's nothing there that really gets damaged, shipped in a bag, put a label on it and ship it, or ship it in a box. It really doesn't matter much for 95% of my product. Once you figure, for the larger sellers that figured that out, they figured out a way to prep their product better going in based on how Amazon was shipping it to the end user, to the customer. So if they were putting it in another box, it was okay. But if they were just putting a label on it, they knew they had to double box it. And although it was more expensive, they passed the cost on to the customer by double boxing it so that it would ship better. I don't know this particular product, and I don't know, a Japanese model sounds like something very fragile. A Japanese model sounds like a bonsai tree. Very delicate type of item.
Right. Then you need a pre-box.
They have been shipping in a
Bubble
box
bag,
for years,
or
and they throw it in a bag, and they're getting a lot of returns for broken products. I can understand that. So
yeah, the pre-boxing and shipping it how you want, so even if they stuck a label on your shipping, you're fine. That's where you have on delicate items, and you really on an item by item basis need to judge. What's the worst way Amazon can ship this? What do I need to do to make sure? And they don't make 4-inch tape because they make paper tape. You don't need 4-inch tape.
They do have 4-inch tape.
Oh, I know they do, but it's expensive.
They got 6-inch tape too.
I'm telling you, paper tape. Once you use paper tape, you don't need the big fancy machine. Get the manual one. You'll be shocked how much more efficient it is.
Yeah, but there's something nice about that fancy machine that does the preset sizes.
Or you do like me and have other people ship your shit out, and you don't have to worry about putting it in a box to begin with.
Yeah, I would say 90% of my business is that way. I don't ship that much.
And so it's, every business has to have, there are a lot of things that businesses have in common. We all sell products.
Widgets.
Yeah.
But each of us do it in a different manner. So all businesses have a lot of similarities, but they also have a lot of differences. And it's the differences is what makes what most people don't understand, because they see that I'm successful, John. Scott is successful. Dave, I don't know that well, but I'm assuming Dave's successful. John seems to be successful. Again, I don't know John well enough, and I haven't been privy to his numbers and all that. And I'm not asking for that, John. I'm just saying I know Scott. So success is, being able to do this sustain this for a long period of time as an income stream. Scott has a beautiful home that he's paying for with this income. And so you have to understand that you can't copy what we do. We all sell something. You want to sell something, that's fine. But you have to figure out how it works for you.
John, I think most people too don't give themselves enough credit. There's a lot of people that are really good, very successful, and if they just applied a couple changes, they could be amazing. You know what I mean? They could go to to get from
That's
one
it.
level to the
Hold
get
on,
to the next
level.
level.
That's
And
me. I will do $5 million next year. You know what it took? Talking to somebody that does $10 million a year who laughed at me and said, "You're doing it all wrong." I did it to Dave at dinner one night. Dave did it to John at dinner the same night. Dave told John, "Just add a pound to your shipping and be done with it. Stop wasting time shipping."
I didn't mean
And
that.
John said, "I can't do that. I got to save money." Dave has already done it, and he knows that by the time he saves, it's worth paying a little extra in postage. John, I'm not beating you up here. Dave turned around and said something, and I said to Dave, "Do this," and he says, "I can't do that."
hey, so
And he
John,
went home scratching his head and said, "You know what? I probably can do that, and it's probably going to make a hell of a lot of sense." But when you first hear it, you go back, "I can't do that."
Yeah.
Well, somebody said to me, "I'm not looking at my data right." And I went, "You don't know what you're talking about." And I walked away, and then it was like, you know what? He's right. And I started looking at my data, and I went, you know what? It's going to be easy for me to get the $5 million next year now.
so John, they're both assholes to you. Here's the idea I have for you. I know you enough to know that you put everything in a spreadsheet. If you would build one more column in your spreadsheet for the dimensional shipping, and figure out that whenever you put your box in here, that you're paying for 20 pounds, no matter whether it weighs 18 or not, that would free you up. You know what I mean? To be so accurate on weight. You know, FedEx is just like UPS. If it's a 20 by 20 by 20, if you put 10 pounds, you're still going to pay the 30 or 40 pound, whatever. You know what I mean? That's going to be the same.
Right.
Be very interesting if your spreadsheet would make that calculation. And so the padding and stuff wouldn't matter. You know, you'd know one way or the other with very a lot of confidence that you're.
But this is also back to the circle of people you surround yourself with. Dave is a little bigger seller than John, and I'm bigger than Dave. So when Dave told John to do this, because he had already had that problem and he already resolved it, it was easy for Dave to tell him that. In John's shoes, John went, "Yeah, right." But when I did it to Dave went, "Yeah, right." And when the guy did it to me, I went, "Yeah, right. This is why you need people smaller, same size, and bigger than you are."
Yeah, no, for sure.
And these are exact examples. I'm not telling you that John doesn't know how to ship. John's very proficient at running his business. These are things that will help you get to the next level.
We want to change shipping. Call Jenna here. Let's talk to Jenna.
I don't know.
What's that?
I have no idea. She was watching the show a minute ago. I don't know where she went.
I said if we need to change their shipping, we need to call Jenna.
That's right.
Well, listen, I have helped them change their shipping because the package gets weighed once now. I couldn't believe the freaking package got weighed 3 times before it got shipped.
3. What?
3.
What?
Yeah, they weighed it when they bought it.
No,
Jenna weighed it when she packed it.
when you
And
listen.
John verified that Jenna was right before he printed
It used to be so. Of course, you put the weight and dimensions in when you list it. So when Jenna gets it,
Right.
she's packing it, make sure everything's good. Once that's done, she'd hand it off to me to run the label. Right. So of course, she's adding packaging material to it and all this stuff. So the weight could have changed from when I had it in the listing. So just real quick, throw it on the scale, make sure everything's good, run the label. But now she does both the label and the packing.
See, all I was saying was just pad the shipping like Scott and I would do, where we would just do a set.
The problem with
Right.
padding is
Don't
the
throw
problem
me
with
in.
padding the shipping is this.
Don't throw
Problem
me
with
in
saying-
nuts!
Hey,
The problem,
don't throw me in
with
that.
making it 20 and making it a 25 pound or whatever is that my buyer is paying calculated shipping.
Yeah, no, you have a
I want
totally
to keep it
different.
as accurate as possible so that it keeps that price low. It could be a matter of $1 that makes a difference between me getting a sale and not getting a sale. So I want to keep that cost as low as possible.
Hey, don't throw me into that adding the shipping shit.
I won't.
I ship and I weigh on the way out as I print labels. So there you go.
I will tell you this. I found that with some of
That's
the
the only time I weigh it. The information in the eBay listing, because I use flat rate shipping or whatever, is never right because it's a flat fee. I rarely use but if I use calculated, it's just like you, John. I'll weigh it beforehand.
One of the things I learned recently was doing something with Amazon, sending a bunch of stuff in, and this is what I mean by what I said. Was I found that I could accurately do it a certain way, but it would take a long time, and I might save $200-300. But in the long run, it took me 2 times as long as it did to do it differently and move it faster and it processing faster, right? To just spend the money. So in some scenarios, depending on what you're selling or how you're selling it, it might make sense to not tweak out on that dollar. You know what I mean? To just
I'm not so worried about my cost.
bang them out. You know
what
I mean? Like,
but I'm not more worried about my cost though. It's not really about whether I'm saving $1 or not. It's about saving the sale. So if I've done this. I've done the research on this. There's been times where what would happen if I added 1 inch to this package and it would jack up the price? What would happen if I added a pound to this package because the dim weight doesn't support only 14 pounds? If it's 15 pounds, the price goes up. So I'm constantly keeping in mind that my buyer is going to be more price sensitive than I am. There's been times that, you know what, I made a mistake. I put too little weight, or maybe I was off by 1 inch in the dimensions. I fix it. Guess what? I'm out of pocket $5 over what the buyer actually paid me. I just run the label. I don't care about it. I'm more worried about getting that sale. And I know that if a buyer is doing a search, lowest plus shipping, and that dollar could knock me down 3 or 4 spots. You know, that little bit that may not seem like a lot, but it is.
If a dollar's going to make a difference to the customer between your product and somebody else's, let them go buy somebody else's. You're stressing. You're spending. Wait. Let me explain why. And I used to think the same way you did. All that time you spend trying to figure all that little shit out, I could have sold 5 more products.
But this is the thing that a lot of people, look, I appreciate the advice, and I'm always I like a sponge soaking it up. But I'm doing well on eBay.
That's fine.
I'm making good money. If I was struggling, I would be like, guys, I need to know. Maybe I have no problem with my processes. I really think I'm doing well.
I'm not saying that. The reason I'm it may feel like I'm picking on you or pointing all this out. It's not for you as much as it is for the people watching us.
No, I get it. I know that. But I just want it to be clear that, it's not like, oh man, why am I not making sales? It's like, today's $190. Actually, I made another sale earlier. It's not a good day, but I'm not panicking about it. I'm up 14% over last month.
14% is a great number to be up.
And I had a great month last month. We're just bringing in good stuff, better product. That's where I can justify the 14%, because I don't feel like I'm getting any more sales, but it's the higher ASP that I'm getting. But all the processes, look, 7 and 9, shelf 7 and 9. That's not Jenna's. She doesn't have to worry about that anymore, because I'm picking the items for her. So that conversation we had, it really got me to thinking that, you know what, we can change some of these processes, simplify it. I don't touch the product after she gets a hold of it. So it's weighed once.
Do you feel like you need to hire an employee now, or do you feel like after our conversation, you feel like you can streamline enough that you and Jenna can run it?
I feel like I can streamline it better and maximize my time better. And if I did that, I would be looking at another 14% increase easily. But now,
and that's why I threw all this stuff out there, because I don't care if you use it or not.
Yeah. Oh, I appreciate your advice, 100%. I do. But it's and I say but because there's no other word that comes to my mind. I'm doing great. I'm doing great on eBay. Now, how am I going to do next month? Now, last year we had a problem. Last year we had a problem where sourcing was an issue, which is why Jenna looks at me like I'm nuts because I'm buying pallet after pallet and filling up this garage. But to me, it's about getting ahead, not falling into the same trap I fell into last year. So that's my only point that I'm working on right now is making sure
You
I
guys
have.
space in that garage? I just had a container hit California.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I got a 40-footer,
Now what's in it?
40-foot container loaded floor to ceiling.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in California.
So,
like
John, the
stuff.
one thing I would tell you is I hope people hear what you just said because you've analyzed, you've looked at where you were weak last year and analyzed the problem and are making plans to fix that. I don't think enough people sit down and find the root cause of it. It would have been very easy for you to go along with the rest of the world and say eBay sucks, search sucks. That's why my September was bad last year. You could have done that and nobody would have thought twice about it.
Yeah.
But you were honest with yourself and understood that my sourcing was part of that problem. And so you have set about changing some of your sourcing methods to increase. You're also hedging against. I know you're fearful that sourcing from one is too risky, so you want to keep multiple sources, and I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
And so and hedging that bet, you're also getting different merchandise as well, which I think will help you tremendously over the next few months.
When do you think? Here's a question that most people haven't even considered yet. When do you think you need to have your Christmas inventory in for Amazon?
2 months ago.
Based on current shipping.
If you don't have it in already, it's probably too late.
No.
It needs to be landed at Amazon November 1st.
November 1st is right.
You can wait. You can hold stuff. Depends on what you're selling. I mean,
Holding and shipping it. If you hold it, you're going to FBM it.
depend like
Right.
toys. That might be your angle sometimes. Like sending it right in at that last minute, hitting it.
Right
Right
now, you're looking at 5 weeks from when they pick it up to when it's on the shelf. 5 weeks right now.
So Amazon $7.99 into October or November 1st, isn't that the same thing? It's psychologically, does it sound different?
Yes.
Let's say October 31st versus November 1st.
Yeah. Listen, I sent my stuff in July.
Yeah.
My Christmas stuff sent. Don't forget, there's this thing on what is it? What's that freaking channel you drive me nuts with in December? Hallmark.
Oh, no,
Christmas in July. That's a real thing, dude. That's why the retail stores have Christmas shit out in July. It's because you idiots buy it. If you didn't buy it, retail stores would not put it out in July.
No reason to do it. Yeah.
But then even then, if you've got, even if you're going to do FBM, you still got to front load. You know, I would tell you to still, because just think what happens in November and December. You get so distracted. It is hard. And the shipping, you start shipping more. Your business, the volume goes up, so it's extremely hard to maintain focus on listing and keeping enough quality items listed in whatever platform you sell on, because the volume is going to go up and your workload. The holidays and distractions are coming, and your workload is going up at the same time. So it makes it very difficult to maintain a normal workload, a normal flow. So I would tell you the same thing too. Don't sit back and go, I don't have to worry about into October, 1st of November, because I'm going to do all my own shipping. When are you going to get that shit listed?
Yeah.
You need to get ahead of it.
Yep.
I've made that. Don't worry. I made that mistake last year. Once you're behind, you're toast. You know, I'm to the point now where I'm going to try something different. I'm going to start doing more shipping in the evening, so that the pressure on shipping is not there every morning, and so I can get some of the listing done, because I think I'm more effective 8 to 11 shipping at night.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And that way, because the The one thing I know that's got to get done, the shipping has a deadline, but then, it always pushes the listing part out. So if I can go to bed every night knowing that the next day shipping is done,
Anything that has to ship the next day is done.
is done.
Yeah.
That means
It requires
I have freed up the next day. So I've been thinking this all the way through. I'm in the same place John is. How do I become more efficient? How do I push more? How do I get more effective in the things I do? Because I don't want an employee. I'm perfectly happy. I can push the same. I can push the same sales. He pushes this in a different way. I'm very confident in my abilities on eBay. I've done it before. I'll do it again. And then let Amazon just do what Amazon does. But it's not going to get there by accident. You got to think this through and think, what works best for you. Because
I spend more time thinking than I do anything else. Thinking through processes, systems. I have people that do the work. My job is to figure out the systems and the processes and all the analyticals and doing all the things of, do I add a pound to my packages so that somebody's not weighing it versus the cost of labor and the cost of the additional cost of postage and all that. These are the things that I worry about. By streamlining my business every year by just a few little percentage points, my profit line goes up. That's the game, is how much profit you keep out of the dollars that you sell.
So here's an interesting thought too for those of you that sell FBA. You're going to face a little more back order issues, but how are paying for placement? September, October, November. How much more effective are you by getting less warehouses, so you're less dependent on shipping trend? Because right now, if I had to do the 5 warehouses, 2 of them are, one of them's going to be at California, one of them's going to be at Vegas or somewhere in that range, a long way from here. And the last one I had on the long distance, it was damn near a month to check in, and that's before people. And so, spending a little money, I think, on placement, especially if you're running late and trying to push a shipment in.
It depends. That's the thing. If you're running late, is the cost of the opportunity worth the expense of the shipping?
Right.
For me, I have enough time right now that I can plan out 5 pallets, break the products down, and so that they're 5. I have 5 case packs, so I got 0 inbound fee. But then there's products that we have 2 lists. We have products that go in by case, and we send in a minimum of 5 cases all the time. That goes on one shipping plan, and it gets split up on 5 pallets, and it goes out to the warehouses with 0 inbound fees. Then we have a list of products that we send in, and we just put them in a shipping plan, and they tell us what we can do, and that's how we ship it.
Yeah.
You have to figure out this. Listen, the days of just throwing shit in a box and putting a label on it and send it in are long gone. You have to be a shipping expert if you're going to save money in your shipping and inbound fees.
Yep.
So that's why I did the video, John. I know you didn't see it, but so I did a video about shipping. So Pirate Ship's biggest advantage is the fact that UPS Ground Saver is generally the cheapest method of shipping on most products that are 12 ounces or more. So if it's a 12-ounce item that's in Alabama going to Washington State, the post office is going to be cheaper. But if it's over a pound on those long ones, I'm telling you, Ground Saver. But eBay is not passing the Ground Saver discount to you, and so there's so many people who watched that video and didn't hear me say UPS over and over again, and they go, "Well, the shipping was just the same. I compared Ground Advantage and it was the same," and they missed the whole point of the fact that I told them 4 times Ground Advantage on both on Pirate Ship and eBay are identical. UPS Ground Saver is the difference maker in shipping right now. It is by far the cheapest on eBay. And yet today alone, I shipped 16 packages. 11 of them went UPS ground service. 11.
See, I can't take the time to compare shipping.
Now, I understand that, and that's why I was talking, because a lot of people in the audience, sell like John
If
and
you
I.
buy from me, you get it. It's shipped. If it's FBM or drop ship, it ships FedEx. Now I have a corporate rate with FedEx. I have a one rate with FedEx, just like Priority Mail, which is very low. But I ship everything FedEx because I don't have time to go, oh, this one weighs 2.7 pounds and I need to ship it this way, or this one weighs this and it's got to go that way. I don't have time for that, and my people don't. I'll never meet my shipping deadlines.
Yeah, but
Now,
I'm
telling
most of
you
people
something.
are like
I'm
us.
going to tell you something right now. I'm going to tell this Justin guy something right now. Just because you guys decide to get up during my hours, that doesn't mean you can reach out to me on Facebook. That's when I get most of my work done. You all should be sleeping until 8 or 9.
Dude, I've been getting up and I'll see Facebook light a number up, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And you've posted stuff. And I'm like, well, damn. There was a lot of years where I woke up and that was way done. It's been different. I'm telling you. So today I started this morning. I think I got out here at 5:45 this morning because I knew the yard sales in the neighborhood started at 8. And since I was up, I wanted to knock out any shipping that I had. I wanted to get ahead of my day because I didn't know what the 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock hour was going to bring. And so, man, I'm telling you, I did it yesterday too. Dude, by 11 o'clock, you're like, you know, how come Joni hadn't asked me what's for dinner? I mean, I worked. Nobody. It's the same at night. So if you're a night out, it's the exact opposite. But you're the same thing. When you get into the night, you know, nobody bothers. But it's man.
Ain't nobody reaching out. Ain't nobody messaging. Ain't nobody calling you say, hey, I found. Nobody's bothering nobody at 5 o'clock in the morning. I love that hour today.
Right. Or 8 o'clock at night.
Right.
Yeah, but whatever you gotta whatever works for you. But I understand how much work you can get done when there's no distraction. Oh yeah, Justin, it ain't quiet out here. I'll turn on. I'll hit one of my playlists. Last couple of mornings just been country as hell. Harlan.
I've been getting up. I'll tell you the difference. Lori will tell you, I used to get up 3:30, 4 o'clock every morning. And everybody couldn't understand why. I now get up at 6 o'clock, 6:10, 6:15. My phone sometimes rings at 6:30 in the morning because on the East Coast, that means it's 9:30.
Right.
I have to fight the East Coast time. So I was getting up earlier so that I could get my quiet time in before this damn thing would start ringing.
Yeah, but it's a good time. So, you know, some best practices. I've been listening to a few podcasts first thing in the morning too. It's a really good time to, you know, because your mind is really clear. You're not pressed with problems of the day. Joni's not up telling me we got a doctor's appointment, or can I come inside for a minute? Which, you know, I don't mind. I'm just telling y'all what happens. Because, you know, she'll need it. Because she got great news this week. The surgeon said that she did not need surgery on her elbow. For those of you who don't know, when Joni fell and broke her ankle in 3 spots and is non-weight bearing for 12 weeks, that means a knee scooter for 12 weeks run half. She broke the opposite elbow. So that means no crutches because she can't put any weight on that elbow because it's killing her. So that limits her to a knee scooter. And when we go places, that puts her in a wheelchair because she's very clumsy and we don't want to take a chance with her in a knee scooter. So if there's something in the other, she can't get in the living room. So if she runs out of drink or whatever, she can't get the cup back to wherever the hell she is. So, but Phil, have a good night, buddy. It's good seeing you tonight. Solve the world.
Vote Harris, and that'll solve all the world's problems. I can't believe there's. Never mind. Let's not talk about politics. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Man, I got way too much more. You know, just the everyday ins and out of business. I got way more to think about and way more to. you know, I have unburdened myself with all that stuff. I just don't care. If they blow the world up, somebody just let me know. I'll stop shipping.
Yeah.
It's you know, Harlan has been a good influence on me because he's really like, you know, you got to pay no attention to it because you can't do anything to control it. You know, there's this illusion that you know that they keep you involved in it so that you got any kind of control. You don't have any control. But I got control.
Go vote and then leave it at that.
Because I got control over me and my business and my work ethic and my process, all the stuff I can control is much more effective for me to think about to control my life and control the outcomes that I'm looking for. You know, I really would like to talk to some younger eBayers or Amazon and these people that are really struggling and get them. You know, that would be an interesting. That would be an interesting show, John. If you had an interview show where more experienced sellers would talk to the newer sellers, you know, or YouTubers, the ones that are really, you know, carrying on about, you know, how eBay is against them or Amazon's against, you know, they're out to we're out to kill the small seller, those kind of people.
Yeah, but the problem with a show like that is they're going to come in it's like trying to tell a Democrat to vote for Trump. They come in closed-minded.
Right.
You know, like I was watching an interview with Caleb, some finance guy. He brings you in, he beats you up about.
Oh yeah, he's great.
He's great, but it turns out he has to go through like 500 people to find one because they come in so close-minded that it doesn't work on his show. That's the problem. Is you can't talk to these people because they believe what they are doing is right.
Yeah.
No, so I flipping ain't easy. I think they're right because how many times have we tried to get the point across some things and we just catch hell? You know, it's not my items, it's not this, it's not that, it's all. I mean, you might be right.
I mean, eBay is only going to be a problem if you're not doing anything to navigate around the problem, right? If you're going to let the problem just interrupt your flow, then yeah, you can blame it on eBay. But the point is, you want to. Okay, so if your process intersects with this problem on eBay, then eBay ain't going to move for you. You need to zig and zag around that problem, whatever that might be.
I do realize that it's not perfect and it does have issues. No, and they don't get a pass from me.
But listen, they are trying to improve their business for them at the same damn way we sit here and try and improve our businesses for us.
That's correct.
They're not trying to fleece anybody with their fees. Do I think their fees are stupid? Yes. Yeah. But they're not intentionally trying to fleece you. They're trying to make more money for their shareholders, which is the responsibility of any business. If you're not trying to make more money, you freaking suck at business.
Well, I think they are trying to fleece them with shipping costs, but anyway.
Well, I'm not.
But they have options, though. People have options
because they're bigger.
But they don't have a monopoly on shipping labels. They can go to pirate ship. But how many people want to be comfortable? All they got to do is click on print now, and it takes them to an eBay label page. Well, that's easier than going to another site, creating an account, uploading their credit card, and doing all that stuff, linking eBay to pirate ship. That takes effort. That takes time. People don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So Kelly, welcome to the madness. We're not perfect and we're a little nuts, but we try to help people. We talk a lot about what's going on in our own businesses, and hopefully that it'll help somebody, maybe turn a light on, maybe help them through an issue. We're open to any questions in the chat. Anytime somebody has a question, even though Grumpy John for president won't tell you how to ship something, the rest of us can tell you how to ship something. Because John's head will spin around 3 times like he's the Antichrist, and he'll poof like Beetlejuice and be gone. Something like that. That's what happens when he talks about shipping. But it's so complicated running a business, and so many things that you've got to know and understanding and look at and do, that so much of it's not done, and so people don't realize that they are their own enemy.
I think the last time I was on Friday night with you, I said something about Amazon's not out to get the little guy. But they are going, but the little guy is getting pushed out. And it's because their business has grown and come to a level that they have to change things the way they do things. And it's easier to do business with larger sellers.
And I don't think it's necessarily. I think it's the FBA side. I don't. As long as you maintain their shipping standards on FBM, I think they're fine. And I think that's because just think about it. We talked about this, John. How much harder is it? So Amazon, Solo 99, or you, or some of these guys that send pallets in, versus a mixed box of stuff that an FBA RA person sends in. How much harder is it for that warehouse to deal with that individual box versus a pallet full of like items? It's got to be much tougher. And then the storage and the placement and the handling and the one-offs that's got to be a much more difficult proposition for Amazon than we know.
And as Americans, we want shit faster.
Yeah, I ordered.
When it was 2 days shipping, everybody loved it. But they said, "Can we do it faster?"
Yeah.
Now you got places you can order it now, and they're knocking on your door 5 minutes later to deliver it.
Yeah, I need a battery for a camera. So I got 2 cameras I picked up. One of them needs a battery door. The other one needs a battery. They're high dollar cameras. And I'm like, I want to get these things listed. The cheaper, they were the same price or a little cheaper on eBay, but the earliest they could get here was Thursday to next Saturday. Amazon and FBA, I have both of them here Sunday morning. I paid the extra 75 cents to have them both here Sunday morning because I want to list these cameras Sunday afternoon since they're coming Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's a no-brainer.
And
I don't think like that. That's the problem. Is too many people hear you and me talk about, Amazon's doing this and this, and it's pushing out the little seller. Yeah, it's pushed the little seller out. It's pushed them out of the FBA market because it's too complicated in their warehouse systems now to deal with those mixed boxes. They don't like my freaking mixed. They give me a hard time about only sending 4 boxes or something instead of 5. You have to understand that they're not doing it to harm anybody. They're doing it to improve their business. eBay's doing everything eBay does is to try and improve their business. Do we see it that way? I sure as hell don't. I think they're the most screwed up company in the world. They have so many tech issues. Their platform is 1984. They never updated their software, and that's half their freaking problem is they never kept up with technology.
Yeah.
And so I treat eBay the same way I treat Amazon. I tell people that, I'm a better eBay seller than you because I've sold on Amazon for so long, and I've lived up to their standards, and I take those same standards to eBay. So today at 3:30, I had 2 orders come in between 3:15 and 3:30. You know where they are? I don't either because they're somewhere in the damn postal system because I had just finished shipping and I'm like, wait a minute, I can knock out 2 more items because I've got 15 minutes before I've got to get to the post office. And so I ship those. I do that if I'm at home, if I'm not outsourcing, I'll do that every day. And I don't think people have that same level. So if you're a part-timer, I get it. You have constraint.
That's something totally different.
But so I'm not talking about you. But there's so many of these businesses on eBay where you get a tracking number and then 3 to 4 days later, it finally reaches the shipper. How are they getting credit for tracking numbers and tracking on time when this product is, if it's coming from California, I know on eBay it's 7 to 9 days. I won't order it. I go straight to Amazon and order it knowing it's going to be here in 3 to 4.
Now,
it's a problem.
Now, I'm going to give you little FBM sellers a little insight. There is a new metric on Amazon.
Yeah, I know how to get around that. So there you go.
It's an arrival time.
Yeah, so help yourself out. Go to your shipping settings and change it from 2 to 4 days the 5 to 8 days, and you'll hit that every time.
You see what they're
And
doing?
I still ship the same way. As of 3:30 today, I had no FBM shipments. I shipped them all today. All
No,
the ones.
I'm not saying there's not something to do, but this is where if you're not paying attention to the information that pertains to your business, you can get hurt.
Yep.
Because how many FBM sellers are going to try and sell toys at Christmas that are going to miss their targets, and all of a sudden their FBM ability is going to be shut off?
So they're actually taking in Amazon when you go to do your shipping, and they're moving some of the shipping services down to the bottom of the list, and you actually have to expand the list and then go look to see that, hey, Ground Advantage is still there and you can still get it for that cheap, but they're flagging it and telling you that it's potential for being late and that you shouldn't use that service. You should go use one of the other services. So I'm like, huh.
Swamp Picker says, I ship on Saturday and got it on Monday. See, that's a problem. You should not work on weekends. Right, John?
Right. You're asking the wrong guy.
What was the first thing I told you, though?
Well, I need to take time off.
Stop shipping on Saturday and Sunday.
No, we don't ship on Saturday. We ship on Monday morning is when we do our shipping for the weekend.
There you go.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's how I roll.
I've never shipped on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, it wasn't you. It was somebody else that I was talking to about.
Yeah, we
talking about, I work every freaking day. I'm like, the first thing you do is take Saturday and Sunday off and let the world die.
Yeah, I mean, we if we know that it's going to be a mess on Monday, we can see the orders. We might get a jump on it Sunday night, but other than that, I mean, that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, it's on an individual basis. I'm the same way, because I have the auction that I go to every Monday morning to take merchandise. If I've got a large number and I can come outside for a couple hours and because the vast majority, and I'll knock out all the easy stuff. If I've got a bunch of items that go in this 10x4 box, I'll knock all those out, knowing that I've got a few difficult ones left. But all right, what else we got? Anything else before I go take a nap? Because I have yard sales in the morning.
I don't have nothing. I got nothing tomorrow. Oh, yes, I am. I'm going to go look at a house.
Where are you at?
My RV.
No, what part of the world?
Arizona.
Oh, okay. Bullhead?
Yeah, I was by your house. When were we there? Saturday? John's. Saturday, right? Yeah. I was in Vegas Saturday.
We weren't in Vegas Saturday. We were at the beach, California.
Did you have a green card?
Green car?
Card.
A green card. No.
How the hell did you get back?
I snuck in. Right through the agriculture check-in. The guy was looking that way, and I sped through.
How's Vegas, John?
There was somebody there.
There's somebody there. They do this. They do this waving through.
Usually, there's nobody there, and you just drive through it.
They work 8 hours, and they do this all day. They have to put their arm on ice when they get home because it's like super sore.
Vegas is Vegas busy with road construction right now?
A little bit. They still got a little bit on the I-15, but.
What about like Paradise and all that for the F1 race?
Oh hell! I think they got all that done, but it's still going to be a damn nightmare in November.
Okay, so I have some words of wisdom to leave y'all with tonight. Okay, so since we're all business owners, we have an employee that we hired 3.5 years ago. They were given the task to be completed, but they completed none of them. They had a performance review and failed it. They backstabbed their elderly supervisor. Now they're demanding a promotion, but they refuse to interview for the promotion. They promise that if we promote them, they will do all the tasks they're not doing right now. But in order for us to force her to give them a new promotion, what should we do?
Support them.
Did you say abort them? Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
Abort them. Yeah.
You guys you got a chance to answer that in